What's up guys, welcome to yet another exciting video. Today we have a Black Style Edition 2025 Polo GTI. We also have my 2023 Polo GTI, and today I want to tell you the minor differences between the two cars. Different years, and there is a few changes here and there. Some you might like, some you may not like, but let's go over them. Okay, let's start with the most apparent visual differences between the two cars. This is the Black Style Edition, which means that it has the updated wheels which are from the Golf 8 GTI, but these come in a smaller 18-inch profile, and also they are black in color. You have this blacked out badge here, you have black mirrors, you have black roofs, also you have a black diffuser from this car. Okay, looking at my car, I have the black mirrors, but these are not really, didn't really come like this. These were white in color, and I just wrapped them to kind of mimic what already is being done in Europe. So in Europe, there's the black edition, there's the edition 25 Polo GTI, which has the decals, black mirrors, black roof, and also the black wheels, but also just this style and not those kind. So that's kind of like the same things in between the cars, but everything else is the same outside. But let's go inside and see what's different. Okay, so jumping in inside, you have the newly updated seats, which are both perforated and also have this emblem badge here, the GTI badge, which means that you can now break your bag to kind of see that you're actually in a Polo GTI. A very controversial difference between this one and the 2023 or the older models is the steering wheel. So the 2025 edition has buttons on the steering wheels in 2025. People are a bit torn apart between this, and I'm part of the people who say that, hey man, keep the haptic touch, keep the it looks better. I think it looks better. Other people say, hey man, we don't want touch screens all over the car, give us buttons. And that's what VW did, but is it really for cost saving, or it's just a better option? Okay, so now we're in the Black Style Edition, and we have my car following me. I just want to give you a quick POV drive with this one. It's more or less the same. It's the same car, guys. You've seen this a couple of times, but at least you see a new view here. It's a steering wheel with buttons, but in a GTI. But yeah, so let's do that. So key differences inside. Another one that I didn't mention or touch on the previous time is the sound system. So I have the Beats package on my car. On this one, you don't have the Beats package. Well, you can get a Beats package, but this specific example I have today doesn't have the Beats package. I don't think it's a very try hard option that you should get, you know. I think once you get used to the car, once you drive the car and start playing music, you hardly ever feel the need that, hey man, I wish I had a better sound system, because it's all that you would need in this car. It sounds okay, but when you have the Beats as well, the bass that you get from the subwoofer that's at the back helps a lot. Something else I didn't touch on was also the fact that VW went on and removed the traction control off button here. Some people say that when you don't option out the DSG package, you don't get this button, which actually is very interesting, because to launch this car, you need to turn off traction. And then how you turn off traction, you just press here, and then, or normally you just press here, and then you say DSC off or ESC off, and then you'd be able to do launch control. But currently, if you want to do a launch control, you have to go into the menu, press car, press settings, and then select your ESC system, which we can all agree that it's quite a tedious process if you have to do that just to turn off traction. Meaning that if you're in a curvy road and you just want to enjoy your car, throw it around a bit without being limited by traction, you will have to go throughout the same steps to get that done. So yeah, I mean, I guess it's the price you have to pay to be able to maybe, like, because this car that I know that you have a lot of, you have a whole lot more to option in or to option out compared to the older ones. Like this seats, the perforated seats, leather seats are not really standard. If my research is correct, you have to pay more to get this embroidered perforated seats in the 2025 model. And after all these options, you are looking at around 620 something thousand, 627. I'll send you, I'll post the actual full spec Polo GTI on the screen right now. So this is how it is at the moment. But besides that, these are really good cars, man. Sadly enough, well, the economy is going in a very interesting way. They're becoming a bit more pricey to own. It's no longer an entry level Polo, entry level sports car as you would think. Because yeah, I don't think 600 and close to 650,000 should be anything close to entry level. So, but yeah, if you have the money, go and do it. You'll enjoy this car quite a lot, quite a lot. I've owned mine for about 10 months now. I've been enjoying it. I don't think I'm gonna trade it in soon or sell it anytime soon. I won't say never, because the last time I said I won't sell a car, this was in my Polo R line. I sold it about 2 months or a month later. So I am not doing that again. So let's just say that hopefully, I keep it longer than I did with the R line. But the driving experience, it's a Polo GTI that we all love and we all know. Just that this one is the Black Star edition, and you get all those cosmetic touches. But it's necessary, man. I think you can go with this one. It's a really nice looker. It's a really nice looking car. I'll definitely recommend the Black Star edition. On my one, I don't think I'm ever gonna do my rims black. I still think that the standard diamond cut wheels look the best on that car. I am saying this confidently, so it looks the best. You don't have to wrap them, you don't have to paint them. If you're going to that package, then keep it like that. But if you're getting this specific wheels, then obviously it would be the Black Star edition. So it's more of like, which wheels do you prefer? With these wheels, get it in the Black Star edition, or it's the only ones you can get. But also the OEM wheels, keep it like that, man. Leave your car alone. But yeah, so now I'm on eco. I've been driving normally. I mean, I think if you want to see the real performance test or performance drive from this car, you can go be down on my page, and then you will see all the videos I've done with my car, and you will see what it's capable of. I did a mountain pass at Polo Fields. Oh, look what I said. I said Polo Fields because I'm at Polo Fields now. I did a mountain pass in Mahoas in Limpopo. I think a month after I got it, and I also did another drive in Mpumalanga. And I think those are worth watching, if you just want to see how the car actually performs. But yeah, I think I've said everything that I can about this car. Very lovely car, very reliable, very comfortable. It's not your top of the end comfortable cars. If you need that, you can go for the bigger brother, your Golfs. Those are more comfortable. They have more comfort options. But if you just need something a bit more compact, something you can throw around, then I would suggest this one. But yeah, just cruising around Waterfall, nothing much. But according to you guys, what would be the best car to go from, like from my Polo GTI? Are we talking Golf R? Are we talking like maybe what are my options? You see, now I'm giving away my options. Maybe M135. I don't know. I'm a bit torn between with that. I would also mention a 330. It deserves to be mentioned, but that's like close to R1,000,000, and also you have only 190 kilowatts. I know I'm saying only 190 kilowatts, but if you know how much power my car makes, it's not really a huge jump. But obviously, in terms of car quality, you are going to a different level. But what else is out there that we can consider? Honestly, in South Africa, we don't really have the luxury to have as many options. The VW is killing the market here. You always go, oh, Polo GTI, what, Golf GTI, no, Golf R. And that's basically most of it. You can also go for the RS3, but that's a huge jump in price. We're going from 600 or 550,000, which is like maybe, or 530, which is like my car, and we're going for 1.2 million. That's like that's more than double the price. So I don't think that's a advisable jump when you like change cars. when you double the price. I mean, like, if the finances allow, guys, let me not limit anyone. If the finances allow, you can obviously go from a Polo GTI and then go to a, what is it, go to a Golf. So it's oh, those are nice. That's a 7.5. Okay, another option there, a 7.5 Golf GTI. So I went to BMW with Mr. How Much the other day when he was giving away the PS5, where we met Peter. There was a gentleman there selling his 7.5, and I almost said or made a handshake deal to buy that 7.5 and then take mine back. But I know it had a few, or maybe quite a lot, cosmetic imperfections, and it just made me wonder how the engine is. I'm like, you know what, never mind. Also, it had a Miltech, I think turbo bag. No, not turbo bag. It had a Miltech exhaust. But yeah, so I kind of like held back on that. I'm like, okay, you know what, never mind. Let's just stick with my car for now. So yeah, at least I was able to fight that edge. But yeah, man. Waterfall is quite nice. It's very clean this side. Didn't make the robot. I didn't make the robot. You can do a sport. You can go do sports a bit. The limit is 60. Okay, and just like that, we are on 60. You know, it's rapid. It's rapid. You can enjoy it without doing much to it. You don't need to touch it a lot. I love touching cars to enjoy it. But yeah, man, such a nice car. Hands out. This guy's enjoying his BMW. Probably do that as well. Oh, 835 cooking. I know what it is. I know it's aura farming. Seeing two Polo GTIs driving like this, you just have the sense to aura farm. Or maybe it's racing the Range Rover. I don't know what's going on there. Let me not assume. But yeah. Today I'm taking this car to this other villa. You'll probably see it on the next upcoming video, which we did a drive from Midrand to Mpumalanga in an unplanned manner, in a way that we were just going to have a fun drive to Pretoria. We go to Pretoria, we're like, hey man, I only have this car for a weekend, why don't we take it somewhere? And we're like, okay, where are we gonna take it? And I just ended up saying that, okay, let's do Mpumalanga, and that's exactly what we did. It was a fun weekend. We went to Kruger National Park. But yeah, I'll post a video soon. I won't take a lot of time. Probably both of the videos will be posted this week, and hopefully that is not too late for everyone. But yeah, it's more of a road trip video, very similar to what we've been doing on the channel. Nothing new. Definitely won't be with a new car as well, because you've obviously seen this Polo GTI before. But also I'm interested in seeing what other cars will be having, other cars will be reviewing in the channel. You know, it's quite nice to see how we've been growing and maturing and doing different kinds of videos, and also getting test cars like this one. I don't think I mentioned, yeah, this is a test car from VW. So hopefully we'll be doing a bit more of this. But yeah, otherwise it's been really nice. I don't want to take it back. Although I drive the same car, man, it's like, this is so nice. It's so fresh. It's nothing like a smell of a new car. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video here. I need to drop my car somewhere, but otherwise, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next video, which is the road trip to Kruger National Park. I saw that from someone, you know.